There's 4 main social media myths that far too many Christians are believing that are hindering your Christian organization's ability to reach more souls with the gospel online. Here's what those 4 myths are and why they're wrong. Also, the 4th and final myth in this video is the one that can often have the worst consequences. My name is Trevor Sheets, and I'm the founder and owner of On the Mount, a Christian social media growth agency that has helped over a dozen biblically sound Christian organizations explode on social media for several years. Myth number 1 is that the posting time of the day or the day of the week matters. It's almost entirely false. The only thing that reasonably matters is that you're posting your content when your audience is awake. But besides that, it doesn't matter. YouTube themselves say that it's not known to directly affect the performance of your video, whether you post it at midnight or at noon. I've personally tested this myself on so many different occasions and on so many different platforms. Myth number 2 is that you should post frequently on social media. This is simply not true, and it often actually harms you more than it helps you. In fact, it often destroys accounts because people only have such a limited amount of time to view and consume content. And so when you're sharing a wide amount of content rapidly every single day, your followers won't have the time to consume all of it or engage with it or share it or save it. So they'll actually skip a lot of your content. Here's an example of a biblically sound YouTube channel that posts every single day. They're only getting on average a few hundred views per video, or maybe over 1,000 sometimes, but that's not much for a channel of their size. Then on the other hand, you have this Christian channel that posts once every week or two, but it gives everyone the amount of time they need to actually consume and share and engage with that content. As a result, the views are absolutely through the roof. Posting frequently isn't what's important. Posting high quality content that provides a lot of value consistently is what matters. Myth number 3 is that big tech is against Christians. Now, to be completely fair, there is some truth to this myth. For example, got this video banned as hate speech because we said that you can't both be a born-again Christian and continue to live in unrepentant, continual homosexuality. Just like you can't continue in any unrepentant sin with no remorse whatsoever and believe that you're a Christian. And that video got banned as hate speech. Or just up until April of 2023, for 5 years, it was Twitter or X's policy to ban the dead naming of transgender people, which is referring to their God-given birth names instead of the names that they've changed to. Or you could get banned for misgendering them, aka referring to them as their God-given gender that they were created as instead of the gender that they want to be called. These are just a couple examples of ways that big tech is against biblical truth and Christianity in a sense. So again, there is truth to that claim. But look at a massive YouTube channel you might know called Living Waters. Look how many views they have, even though they're saying things like there are only 2 genders, abortion is sin, homosexuality is sin, etc. They've reached millions and millions of people to this day. So while there's some truth to this claim, from the 10 plus years that I've been managing social media accounts, I've not seen a distinct and systemic aggressiveness towards Christians in banning and suppressing the truth. It could happen one day. I'm not saying that's not the case. I'm not saying there aren't social media employees who hate the gospel and biblical truth. There certainly are. And I'm not saying that the devil can't work through these social media companies to try to suppress the truth. That can all happen, and I'm sure it all has. I'm just saying I haven't seen it happen to the massive scale that so many Christians claim that it is. Last but not least, myth number 4 is that paying for ads will help you grow on social media. I can't tell you particularly how many churches I've worked with love to pay for ads, and they honestly do very little. Paid ads are great if you want to target a local demographic, for example, everyone in your city about an event that your church is putting on or a conference that your Christian ministry is hosting. But outside of that, they're very ineffective. The best way to gain followers comes from consistently posting highly valuable content. That's what I've seen over and over and over from the 10 plus years that I've been involved in helping grow social media accounts. So ads can actually often be a waste of financial resources that could have been put to better use elsewhere. So now that you know what myths not to believe, there's one key secret that you need to know in order to thrive on social media. This one secret has allowed On the Mount to continue to explode biblically sound Christian organizations on social media year after year after year. You'll definitely want to make sure you don't miss this video where I reveal everything about this secret.